Priyanka Tibrewal is from the BJP, Mita Chakraborty from the Congress party joining us. Also with us, Riju Dutta, TMC spokesperson, and Shikha Mukherjee is a senior journalist based in West Bengal. Riju, let me begin with you. Your party is saying that this is just an accident, so there's not much that should be made out of this. So I have two questions following from that. If there are going to be as many as 7 blasts that take place at such factories, including where raids have happened and explosives have been curbed in the past and crude bombs are found, how is it that you term this only an accident? And even if we were to take that these are mere accidents taking place in these firecracker units, why is it that there are so many such blasts happening? Is there not a problem of infrastructure on the ground? And a lot of them are actually deemed to be illegal. So how are they operating?
Yes. I'll be very blunt about this. You know, what happened in Duttapukur is condemnable, to say the least, because people have lost their lives. But what happened in 3 months ago in Egra was a similar blast in illegal firecracker factory where people have lost their lives. Post that, the Chief Minister of West Bengal has issued a whip that all illegal firecracker factories have to be closed down. More than 3,000 factories have been closed, and a green cracker hub has been started in West Bengal to avoid all these unwanted accidents and incidents which is causing loss of life. But unfortunately, and here I have to take the honor, because we are the ruling government and the law and order is the state subject, but there are certain people on the ground. The Chief Minister is not going door to door for calling for illegal fire factories, but there are authorities who have somehow the illegal firecracker factory owners are slipped through the cracks. We are looking at this, who are responsible for this, how they slipped through the cracks. We have launched a detailed investigation in this. Okay. But unfortunately, the problem in Bengal is that whenever there is a loss of life, the irrelevant political opposition parties start vulture politics.
No, but that's not fair. Riju, I'll give you more opportunity. Just 1 second. That's not fair. First of all, the opposition's job is to raise these questions. People are losing lives. Over 24 people have lost their lives in just the 3 blasts I've mentioned in the last 3 months. And there are more, of course. Secondly, you're talking about the fact that you've cracked down on the ground. You're accepting that obviously it has not been successful. But I want to highlight the case of this particular site.
I'm saying, not successful. I'm saying 90% has been taken care of. All these illegal firecracker factories have been shut. Okay. A green firecracker hub has been created.
Okay, but can I come back on that? No, 1 or 2 is something you're saying, but the facts on the ground speak differently. First of all, look at the kind of fear of the law and order that is there in the minds of the public, because this particular site was actually raided 3 months ago, and a firecracker unit, illegal one of course, has come up right next to a blast that took place here 6 months ago. So I'm not sure what the actual law and order on the ground is. What the police authorities are doing, and obviously you've suspended the Thana IC, so clearly you believe it has not been successful. Secondly, you talked about the crackdown on the ground. Where is that report that the Chief Secretary was supposed to submit? How are we supposed to believe these numbers that 90% of the crackdown is successful?
I'll tell you. Exactly, I'll tell you. See, there are 2 issues here.
Yeah.
One, certain portions of the police force, like why we have suspended the IC, because we believe that it was in his knowledge, but he did not take action at the right time.
Okay.
I'm being blunt about it.
Okay.
The second part, the larger perspective of this is, and the country knows, that the people employed by the owners of these illegal factories are very, very poor people that were involved in the Manrega scheme in West Bengal in the 100 days work. From 2017 to 2023, the central government has frozen all the funds of Manrega. So even in the Balasat train accident or other places also where you have seen, in the Mizoram bridge collapse also where you have seen people have died from Bengal, where all Manrega workers from Bengal where they couldn't find jobs and they had to go somewhere.
So are you saying barring Manrega, the state government is unable to employ its people?
No, there are a lot of employments, but
they go out of the state.
No, but there is a huge amount of people. Now, Shivani, the question here is very simple. The central government for 3 years on a row has given the #1 prize on Manrega to West Bengal. So the first boy, do you award the first boy or do you freeze the funds of the first boy? There are a lot of really, really poor people who are uneducated.
Okay, I get your point. You're talking about funds, and that's a separate issue, and I'll allow our BJP representative to respond to that. But Riju, I don't think that, talking about Manrega is going to take away the responsibility of the state government in this case, because there are poor people in all states. One, the central government is also supposed to take care of that. But the state governments are, more responsible for the poor in their state than passing on the blame. But anyways, I don't want to get into that. Priyanka Tibrewal can respond to both things. One, of course, the charge that a lot of the poor people are having to resort to illegal activities like these because they don't have Manrega funds in the state. And secondly, why is it that you insist that there should be an NIA probe in this matter when these are accidents, as the TMC says?
Very good evening, Shivani. So first of all, irrelevant opposition party, according to Mr. Riju Dutta, is having such a lot of relevance that each and every tweet of Abhishek Banerjee, when Shwendu Adhikari is writing, we are seeing that there's a reply by Abhishek Banerjee, and not just that, spokesperson like Mr. Riju Dutta are forced to make reels on the same. So that is how irrelevant we are. Secondly, when he says that, this bombing thing and whatever is going on are accidents, Kunal Ghosh said it is an accident.
Yes.
How many times these accidents will happen? Because if you only remember, few days back, we were only discussing another incident of this thing where one of their own TMC panchayat level worker was involved and he also got burnt, and ultimately we saw that he was dead in the hospital. So that also they are saying that they never wanted an NIA. Now, if these kind of substances which are involved, which come under the Explosives Act, then suo moto, the police and the government should ask the NIA to take over of that matter, or to, send that matter to NIA, because the section itself speaks. But we have always seen that they are hesitant regarding the same. Now, this is where we say that the close confidants of TMC are involved. Now, my friend, he suggested that, see what great idea Ms. Mamata Banerjee has given. She has said that we will have a green hub for green crackers. Now, who will guarantee that? Even in the state of Bengal, you were asked to make crackers. You were not asked to make bombs. But even then, these bombs are being made. So, in the name of green crackers, again there will be RDX, again there will be explosives. Who will guarantee that?
No, that's a serious question. Okay, Priyanka, that's a serious question. The issue is not whether these were bomb-making factories or firecracker factories. If the tendency is to, for these factories to be misused by, I don't know, connected people or otherwise motivated people, then that is possible to happen in other green zones as well. Let me also remind our viewers about the 2014 Burdwan blast case, which was a similar case where actually a bomb blast took place. It was later found out that it was actually an IED. There were terrorists involved from the JMB who were actually making bomb in those factories. Right. So there are these cases that have come to light from West Bengal, including the fact, Riju, that we've seen people hurl crude bombs for whatever little conflicts that break out
Shivani,
from
he
rooftops.
wants us to believe har garib bomb banayega. Those who don't have money will make bombs. This is what he was trying to say.
No, I don't think that's a fair argument, because I don't think the poor are going to be lured into illegal activities. We've got a lot of poor in our country, or historically as well. Not all of them become bomb makers. So I don't want to get into that argument. But Riju, you can respond.
Yes. I will make two submissions.
Yeah.
Number one, few years ago, our minister, Mr. Zakir Hussain, was bombed by goons. I'm not calling them BJP, I'm just calling them goons. Couple of his bodyguards lost their lives and he lost a limb. It was given to NIA. What happened? There were chocolate bombs, firecrackers were at the house of a BJP MP, beaten BJP MP Arjun Singh, who is now back into the TMC, and NIA probe was ordered. What happened there? See, the bottom line is, I have clearly started at saying that law and order is a state subject. We take ownership that how did these criminals slip through the cracks. The police force and the state has to take ownership of that. But it's an accident. But calling it NIA just to give it a political color is the lowest of the low politics.
Okay. Just hold your thought there. Two of my guests have not spoken. Let me go across to Mita Chakraborty as well. Mita, the Congress also has hinted that there seems to be an open invitation or some open platform available to people to conduct these blasts, or these blasts keep happening with the full knowledge of the state government. That's roughly the import of the statement that your chief Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary also made. Do you feel, as an opposition party in Bengal, that actually the situation is going out of hand and something needs to be done, or that the state government is unable or unwilling to curb this?
Okay, good evening to all your viewers. Firstly, law and order is strictly a state subject. The fact that there had been so many blasts in recent past, as pointed out in your introducing report, and the fact that 9 people have just lost their lives, so many properties have been damaged, the state TMC government cannot run away from its responsibility that they have definitely failed to curb this. Merely coming to a TV studio and saying that 90% of the problem has been solved is just not good enough, because we really do not know on what basis this 90% calculation is being done.
Yes.
There is no report. The raid happened there 3 months back, which shows how much of respect they have for the law enforcement agencies. And it's a matter of grave concern, number one. Number two, does not matter whether we are in opposition in the state or we are in alliance. As a responsible political organization, we are well within our rights to raise our concerns whenever the state authorities or the central authority are failing to fulfill their responsibilities. And this is a clear such case where people are losing their lives. There has to be a value to human lives. And there are explosives and they're illegal. And when TMC leaders say that this is an accident, no, sir, it's not an accident. It was absolutely avoidable. This is an illegal establishment. Had the crackdown been more serious and had the state administration been more serious, then this could have been avoided. Those lives could have been saved. Number three, when there is a will, there is a way. So to say that we are trying, we are making raids, we are arresting people, and yet nothing is happening, I really do not, I will not buy this logic.
So do you believe too, as the BJP is alleging, that there is more than meets the eye, that actually a lot of these bomb-making factory owners have shelter of the state machinery?
I'm not an investigating agency and I will not go ahead and make such a huge statement. But however, there needs to be a proper probe, because is it not a fact that there is a lot of political violence and there's a huge usage of crude bombs in those political violence? We saw what happened in Panchayat election. Can we deny the fact that so many people, dozens of people lost their lives, about more than 50 people? So when there had been such a huge loss of lives, such huge usage of crude bombs in West Bengal, and such a huge amount of political violence, yes, there has to be a proper probe.
Yeah.
And the fact that this establishment definitely didn't have a license, it was illegal. God knows how many other illegal firecracker units or explosive making units are out there. We are waiting for more accidents to take place. The state government has to get its act together, no doubt about that. Does not matter whether we are in alliance or we are in opposition. As a responsible political party, it is our responsibility to raise these issues, and we will continue to do so.
Shikha Mukherjee, the larger question is exactly this. It's the culture that is coming under question. You know, the culture that the TMC claims in its pretty decent run, it's been trying to fight. Whether that culture is of political violence, but again, it is argued that it's not possible without state sponsorship or shelter. Or it's a culture of these crude bombs that are just proliferating in the state. Like I said, there's no other state in India where we see a situation like this. There are villages, small towns, there are firecracker factories and poor people, as Riju Dutta is reminding us, in every state in India. But we don't see crude bombs being hurled or going off with such regularity anywhere else. Is Bengal running the risk of becoming a bomb factory?
No, I don't think Bengal is at the risk of becoming a bomb factory, but it is also true that Bengal has a particular problem of people needing work, and this work being, a lot of it being illegally managed. And that actually applies to most of India, where the unorganized sector has problems of regulation and supervision and monitoring and legality. Having said all of that, let me say that the state government of West Bengal, headed by Mamata Banerjee, is certainly accountable for such frequent explosions that take place in alleged bomb-making factories, which seem to be proliferating, and there is absolutely no administrative, which includes the police. There is no police or administrative oversight to keep this in check. I mean, the specific example that you gave, and I will go back to it, is Duttapukur was a place where another bomb factory was uncovered a few months ago. If it is possible for a bomb factory to emerge in the same location
Yes.
within months, it does suggest that neither the administration nor the police is on top of the situation at all.
Absolutely.
It is also true that what one political leader said, and it is revealing. It's not a matter of politics, but it is revealing. He said that there are local people who would resist a closure of such a factory. And that, I think, is a pointer to the state of the economy in West Bengal.